Good morning. Here's a day in the life of me heading from Melbourne to Perth for some mentorship whilst doing 75 hard. So I start the day with waking up. I'm sleeping on the floor. I'm not sure if you can see that. There we go. It's been in my bed for the last 6 days now. And as soon as I get up at 4 a.m. Normally get up at 7 a.m. but 4 a.m. today because I got to catch a flight. As soon as we jump up, we hop straight into the cold shower. That's a Melbourne cold shower too. So the reason I do the sleeping on the floor, couldn't tell you honestly. All I know is that my resting heart rate's gone down, my breaths per minute has gone down, and it's easy to get up out of bed, so it's working for me and I'll probably keep doing it. Whoa. Here goes part 2 of the challenge, a daily staple of mine now, a cold shower. Breakfast essentials. All that water I was just downing, which covers part 3 of the challenge, which is drinking 4 litres of water a day. So now I'm just heading to the airport, so I'm about to go get an Uber and get on my 6 a.m. flight to Perth. So that's a 4-hour flight. And I'll arrive there at 7:30, I think, and I'll meet the client who'll pick me up from the airport. It's a bit dark. It's also fucking 14 degrees. But while I'm waiting for my Uber, I'll just quickly explain what I'm actually doing with this mentorship. So I'm flying over here to essentially meet the member and see what's up. And he's going to give me a rundown on how he operates his full match betting situation. So he's going to tell me exactly everything he does, all from his bankroll, how he runs everything, how he places his bets, basically just as much information as he can give me. This will go over sort of 1 to 2 hours. I'm taking notes here, making sure it's all noted down. And this is what I like to call the initial consultation. So this is a period just for me to learn as much as I can about who I'm working with. And then from here, I'm taking this information back with me back home, and there's kind of like a framework that we've put together early in the year, and this framework is essentially there in place to enable these guys that we're working with to make the most amount of money possible from the match betting game. Now I've got all his information, I can kind of tailor this framework and this guide to his situation, and then what I can do from there is actually give him lessons on how to improve his setup. So I'm going to be setting him goals, be setting him targets, and literally checking in with him multiple times a week. And that's what's going to get him to the next level in this match betting space. So you see all those guys talking about making their sort of 5k a month or 10k a month or fucking making 3k days. That's what these guys are doing. They're trying to maximize everything in their situation to make the most possible money. Like most of the guys I'm working with, they're already making sort of 2-3k a month, but then from here they just don't know how to make more money with this. So that's where I come in and get the job done and sort of transform their operations and make them a lot more money than what they're making. So I'll check in with you guys when I'm in Perth. It's fucking cold. Just arrived in Perth airport and now I'm on my way to meet. So I'll have a sit down for breakfast with him and we'll go from there. I'll keep you updated. I forgot to give the member who I'm meeting a quick introduction. So here it is. So me and Ben are just grabbing a quick workout here. This is after we've had our meeting over in Perth. So Ben's a young, early 20s uni student. He's doing that full time. He's been match betting for about 4 months now. And in that time, he's made approximately 15K profit. Now his kind of journey, so he joined the Platinum Squad on the Boxing Day sale of 2023. And about a week later after that, he joined the system. So he's, trying to jump in it all, trying to learn as much as he can. And then from there, he watched the 100K podcast, I believe it's called, on YouTube, on the System Oz. And then within 4 days of that, he jumped into the mentorship and decided to pull the trigger. So what that tells me is Ben's the guy who likes to take things by the balls. He likes to have all the information at his disposal, and this is the kind of person that's going to get things done in life. All right, I've just had breakfast, and we've just got a workout done as well after breakfast. It's pretty brutal, as Ben would say. How's the workout?
Oh, it's pretty tough. You know, Lenny got me doing some hard cardio.
What did we do? We did
the, what is it, the bike?
Yeah, salt bike. We did
salt bike for 10 seconds and
3 reps at 10 seconds. How's the aftermath of that?
Not good. My breakfast is now on the floor. But yeah,
a bit of fun there.
It was tough work.
So just back to the kind of mentorship. Tell me why you kind of took the leap into that. What kind of, I guess, willed you to kind of jump into that?
Well, I signed up to Platinum, and I have multiple sets of accounts, and I was sort of smashing, and accounts started getting banned as they do, and I thought, well, I need to take the step to start sustaining them.
And you've only made sort of 14, 15K in your process.
Yeah.
And was that kind of enough to make you realise that, like, there's a lot more money to be made in this space? Like,
yeah, well, I know it works.
Yeah.
And to my low, shitty level of match betting, I made that amount. So I thought, well, guys like Lenny and JP and the guys can definitely improve that. Yeah. I thought, well, I heard about this mentorship and it seemed like the right step forward. So.
And what kind of made you realise that, like, you didn't have kind of, well, not saying you didn't, but it would have probably taken you a lot longer to kind of learn all the skills yourself and actually get to that next level yourself? What kind of made you realise that, fuck, I might actually need some extra help here, or if I want to really take this by the balls, I'm going to need an extra hand here?
It was just when the accounts started getting banned, and I was like, well, I'm only making 300 a week, and it's not sustainable. And I was just looking elsewhere because I knew, I needed to step up and find an extra bit of information to help me out, especially with the multiple accounts as well. Like, expanding like that is going to be tough when you're trying to do it by yourself. So I thought, I don't want to get any stat decks or anything like that on the way. So I thought, reach out and sign up. So
easy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, Ben. That was fucking great. Good session. Good to meet you. And big things to come, and hopefully lots of profit to be made. For sure, how much kind of do you want to make over your next kind of 12 months? Obviously, you're quite busy with uni and stuff.
Yeah, I want to make probably 40K minimum, just to be able to pay off my uni fees and go from there, step it up maybe next year when I start full time. So,
40K and more, I reckon we'll be aiming for at least sort of 80 to 100K this year, and beyond into 2025. But that'll close us out. I'm about to go for a bushwalk and leave Ben for the rest of his day. So Ben's just dropped me off at the John Forest National Park. So I'm just going to make use of my time here and go for a little hike before I'm going to catch a flight out in a few hours. So hopefully find a few waterfalls and a nice little walk. But so we just had our initial meeting, which essentially covered everything, how he's operating, so all his bankroll, all his details within his match betting operation, and that's pretty much going to allow me to make a really good judgment on sort of how he's operating, what needs to be changed, what needs to be adjusted, and then from here we've planned out, I can go back home and I can plan out lessons, deliver these lessons over the next few sort of months, and sort of check in regularly, set some goals. He'll work towards his goals and achieve what we set out in those lessons, and then from here he'll be making a lot more money from it. Now, touching on the 75 hard challenge, so you already saw at the start of the vlog, I woke up before 7 a.m. as part of the challenge. I sleep on the floor as well, which is another part of the challenge, and had the cold shower as well, so tick them off the list. Now, also a part of the challenge is 2 workouts a day, one outside, and they have to be over 90 minutes, like in total, so combined over 90 minutes. So for my first workout, we just hit the gym then. That was obviously indoors. So now for my second workout of the day, I'm out in the bush going for a walk. And then the other part of that challenge is 4 litres of water a day. So I'd say already be at 2.5 litres today. I've got another 2 litres in my bag. So I'll get through that fairly easily, especially with this exercise and this heat. I think it's about 30 degrees right now. And I'll be building up quite a sweat soon. I only just started this, so yeah, wish me luck. So we've made it to the waterfall. We're at 5.2 Ks, if you can see that. But yeah, unfortunately, there's not much water flowing, as you can see. It's a shame. What the fuck? Alright, that's the hike done. I'm sure you can see that, but we clocked nearly 12 Ks in 2.5 hours in 27 degree heat. It's pretty good, fucking hot out there. There's a main stream, but there's no water running, which is a shame, but yeah, just a bit too hot, I think. So now we're heading back to the airport and heading back to Melbourne. So we've got a 4-hour flight and we'll get back at Melbourne airport at around midnight tonight. And that wraps up the trip. So it's currently nearly 2 a.m. We're back in Melbourne and about to hop into bed. And that caps off the 75 hard challenge as well. So the final thing for the challenge was reading 10 pages of a book. So I read that on the plane on the way back, and that'll wrap that up. And then back at the challenge tomorrow with a 7 a.m. wake up. So yeah, nice and early, not much sleep for me tonight. If you've got to the end of this vlog and want to hear more about what this mentorship is and what I'm actually doing over here in Perth, then have a watch of this podcast. It's playing over the screen now. I'll link it up above and it'll also be in the video description. Give that a watch and you'll find out more about what's happening here. Cheers, guys.